Oi, you fucking what's outside with you, eh? Oi, oi. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? I have two reasons why I'm here. One, I'm up early. I got 2 hours to kill. Two, I still had milk in the fridge. And a packet of Oreos, baby. Yes, let's go. Only allowed to have... yes, I'm here for my Oreos, baby. That's good enough. I figured I might as well kill some time. I've got nothing to do for 2 hours. It's pre-travel Paul, exactly. Pre-travel Paul needs his Oreos. I don't recommend Oreos for breakfast. In fact, I don't usually have breakfast anyway. Anyway, what have I missed in the 6 hours that I've not been live? Has anything interesting happened, chat? Everything's packed. 11 p.m? Well, you can have an Oreo and milk, you're fine. That's the perfect thing to have before bed. 7 a.m. Where's the cod? What? What's that soup? Liverpool won against Villa and City lost. If only I was a football fan. Unfortunately, Kevin, I don't do football. That's my brother. You was just about to sleep. You can sleep. This stream is not going to be long. Max 2 hours, because I have to get ready to leave properly. Oh, you had a good D&D session. Nice. Then you almost won Nathan's pub quiz. Trax, what are you having for breakfast? Where's the coffee? If I want to make coffee, I've got to measure out the beans, grind them, and do all that shit. It's either that or it's stream. So I figured, why not stream? Oh, milk. It's good. Did all the gear fit in the luggage? Yes. I'm thinking I was only going to bring one FX3. But now that I'm bringing the Mini 3 Pro, I could technically fit the body of this in the bag. So I might be able to bring two full frame cameras, because I'm going to have the 16 to 35 and the 24 to 105 anyway. So why not? Yeah. Two full frames are better than one, after all, just in case. You never know. I do have a tripod as well, so. Why not just drink instant... I do... You know what? I do have some. That's a good point. I should actually, you're right. I got this bloody stuff. It was on sale ages ago. I do have some of that. I bought that for protein shakes, then I just stopped having protein shakes. That's for like a coffee shake. You're right, I should do that. Let me go and boil the kettle then. Good point. Kettle's boiled. What? You know, people still ask that to this day. No more garlic coffee. No. There was only one garlic coffee. I can't get it anymore. They don't sell it. You have to go all the way to Almory to get it, and it's like, it's not close at all. It's like the equivalent of going from London to Scotland. Will I have to be left behind to fit all the luggage? Well, if you replace the luggage with me, everything can get on the plane easy. Whiskey, coffee, mint. Whoa. Getting a bit dangerous now. Also, you'll notice the sack is still here. I'm not bringing the sack this time, sadly. That's staying. What do you mean by the frame? What's the frame? One thing I did think about doing was taking all of the beans out of the sack and sit, because that could then lay it flat, and the beans could be put into like a what do they call it? One of those like suction cup fucking bag things. What do they call them? So that can be really compressed in the bag and then just refill it when I get to the location. But the idea of it is like a nightmare, because getting the bags out of the bloody thing, Vacuum seal bags, thank you. Yeah, getting the beans out of the bag is an absolute nightmare because they're so lightweight they fall all over the place. And thank you, Disappointed, for following my Instagram. It's very kind of you. Thank you. I don't really upload there as much as I should, unfortunately. I'm like, very much like, okay, if I'm on Twitter, I'll do Twitter. If it's a picture, I'll do Instagram. It's very rare that I do both. So, crush your sack down. Yes. Well, no. Empty the sack. I think it's the correct term you're looking for there, Dapper. If I can empty the sack so that I can fit it in the bag. You don't know what's going on. Where are you going? Lady Who, I have work. And it involves travelling. After all, my name is Cameraman Paul. Sometimes the cameraman takes the precedence. So I'm travelling for 3 days. And then my mum's here. So my mum and I will be hanging out doing stuff. In the 3 days while I'm working, I'm going to have to try and figure out what the hell she wants to do. Because she's at that age where it's a bit finicky. So there's only certain things she'll want to eat. There's only certain things she'll want to do. There's only certain things she can do. So I have to figure out. I'm just making that worse. That's the idea, Dapper. 100%. Can you ask your mum to bring spotted dick ingredients? I don't need to. I can make it all here, soup. What are you talking about? I can fish for myself, thank you very much. All you have to do is follow my recipe, which is on the recipes tab in my Discord. If you follow along there, you too can make spotted dick at home, including custard. Is she bringing Mars bars? I asked her that question. Can you bring Mars bars? And she was like, oh, you'll be so disappointed, Paul. They've gotten smaller. And I was like, I was there last Christmas. I do remember. They have gotten smaller. Which is weird because, like, the juxtaposition, right? They got overtaken by an American company and then they were made smaller. That doesn't make sense, right? Usually it's the other way around. America makes things bigger, right? I was surprised by that. Onigiri made so many substitutions to the ingredients. She may have soup, but the one in the recipe is mine. That's my recipe in my Discord. That's not hers. I made that. Damn you, Brexit, making Mars bars smaller, Madge. I don't know if it was Brexit. I think it's just Cadbury's got bought out by insert American company that I can't remember here. And they really went to town. Although you'll notice that the chocolate in England tastes better than the ones in America. Is Nestle American? I didn't know they was American. Then yes, probably them. Just blame anything on Brexit. Yes. Perry, are you sober? I know that Nathan just had a quiz, so it's hard to tell. Will you come back, Paul, after getting milk? Well, we shall see. I mean, if I do come back, it'll probably be at the earliest the 15th. Why am I asking you that? Because I've never caught you at this time after a Nathan stream doing a pub quiz, so that's why I'm intrigued to know where your head's at, especially as it's Sunday here, Saturday your time, right? You might be a little bit tipsy. Why does Nathan call everyone mint? What? I don't know. I don't get to watch Nathan's streams. It's always on when I'm asleep. And that is my kettle finished boiling. Let me get a coffee and I'll be right back. Taste file. I have one of these in ages. I always have coffee beans. Smells like watered down coffee. Lovely. I think I'll stick with my Oreos and milk for now. Milk, cheese and whiskey. Only 2 of those are true. Mate, That makes sense. You right, mate? What you talking about? I don't do that. Hey, mate. Maybe it is. Maybe they're getting mint confused with mate. Who needs sleep when Paul is live? Hey, Sam. Don't you worry, mate. You're going to have so much free time soon. You can get all the sleep you need. Are you working on anything at the moment, Sam? Any projects? Any special little codings? It's probably mate, yeah. I'd imagine Nathan sounds like he would use mate, not mint. Unless he's talking about something being good, in which case like, oh mate, that's mint. Which means it's good. That's mint, mate. Ooh, Sam's coding. Watch out, chat. What kind of accent would make mate sound like mint? The kind of accent that's had some alcohol, I would say, Lightning. I think an alcoholic accent would sound like mate saying mint. Let's see if this tastes good. I don't think it will. I do have some milk I can put in it. Maybe that'll make it better. You made soup between both dreams? What kind of soup? I woke up from a dream last night. Oh my god. I had a nightmare. I've just been reminded of it now. It was this image. Where was I? I don't know where I was, but it was... I had this image of me. It was an outer body image. So my body was like here. Hang on. I wonder if I can try and recreate this. Get rid of the sound, the noise gate. Where's my noise gate? Which one's the noise gate? That one? No, that's the compressor. That's the noise gate. Right. Right, that's the noise gate gone. I was like sat or stood. I was stood like here, looking at a door. It's like one of those doors in like a karaoke booth room. And I was looking in and I couldn't see into the room, it was black. But then when I turned around, there was a flash of light and you saw a figure was immediately looking at me from the door, but it was like an sort of weirdly alienish shaped looking figure. But you only saw the silhouette of it, like as though a light had been flicked on and then turned off again. And I was like, what game have I been playing lately that would define that? I can't think of what game would have made me dream like that. But it scared the shit out of me. Chiller's Art Karaoke? It might have been. It might have been that game I was thinking of. But it was absolutely fucking terrifying, yeah. I could do without those kind of dreams, please. Alien Isolation? Maybe, because the arm was like kind of long on the alien. So, is my brain merging Alien Isolation and the karaoke game together? Damn, but we played the karaoke so long ago. That was like 2 or 3 weeks. Why am I thinking of that now? That's weird. I'm happy with that. If I can dream of being RoboCop taking on the alien, yeah. Easy. Hasn't RoboCop taken on the alien in comics? I feel like he has, right? Alien playing the singing rhythm game. What, am I then the alien? Let me have a look. Firefox. I think RoboCop has taken on the alien. Which I don't know how, because he's metal, right? So surely one blast and he'd be dead with the acid. Alien versus RoboCop. I mean, they've taken on... Oh, there's not an official one, it's just fan art. Oh no, there's one. Hang on. Aliens versus Predator versus the Terminator. Oh, okay, so RoboCop doesn't get a look in. What the fuck is that design? Huh? The fuck is that? Who do you think would win, RoboCop or an alien? As long as he's got enough bullets, surely he would win, because he's got all that, like, auto-aim shit, right? Oh, true. Robocop wouldn't be organic, so the Xenos would ignore him, but that's... you say that, but if he starts killing him, I'm pretty sure they don't allow that, right? You know, if it's a threat to their... Okay, that's comic art, so that must be true, though. Yeah, he don't look too good there, does he? If it's like something that threatens their colony, surely they would go after him. Robo's got to blend in. Your skin look like Oreo. Robo want Oreo alien. Are we going to get a cheeky vlog for the next 3 days? I don't know, Mint. I can never say. I try, but like it's hard. You know, I'm working. If I can do one, I will. But I can never guarantee. Aliens would win. Robo's mouth is exposed. Yeah, but I think just spitting blood, their blood on his armor would kill him, surely. Because I don't think his metal would be like acid proof. As a robot, though, would he be able to find a way to make his metal indestructible? Have you ever brought your mum to a traditional handtail workshop? Completely changing the subject. I have not. She might enjoy that. I asked her what she wanted to do, and she went, "Oh, you know, it's just that famous crossing will do." I'm like, "We've been there before." "Yeah, but it's nice, isn't it?" I'm like, "Okay." I wonder if I should take her to like sushi. She's a bit iffy when it comes to fish, but I feel like having sushi in Japan is one of those sort of like, yeah, I had sushi in Japan. What's left in Paul's fridge, will it survive? Well, that's why I'm drinking the milk. This is why I need to switch to frozen foods, as I told you, chat. I need to start switching to like frozen veggies, frozen meats and stuff. Because I just don't know when I'm traveling a lot of times. I don't think she would like unagi because I don't, Lexi, in that sense. Famous crossing followed by lost bar since you're in the area. I don't want to give Chris too much money. Good lord, you kidding me? I'm going to try and see if I can visit his studio with her though. I know he wants to check out his empire, as I said. So, do you have the big freezer? I do. A very big freezer. And 2 fridge portions. But the middle fridge portion is like broken, so I have to have a piece of tape to hold it shut because it won't stay shut. I think one of the magnets on the side is like died, so it doesn't close fully. And, you know, you find that out a few months later, and you're like, oh, all the food in there's gone. Dango barbecue sticks. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know what my mum's likes these days. I mean, she likes very simple meals, not big meals. You know, once you hit your 70s, guys, you can't be having all those giant like mukbangs and bloody Burger Kings and like massive meals and all kinds of stuff. It's got to be a bit smaller, you know. I just know, I think I did mention this before on a stream, but the last time she came over, I took her to shabu shabu, and she was like, "Oh, raw meat, ugh." It's not something we do in England. I was like, yes, but it's cooked in front of you. You cook it yourself. Like, yeah, but they're not used to being served raw meat as a meal in England. At least not my mum's generation. Maybe these days it's a bit different. Maybe we're a bit more cultured. But it's not a thing growing up. I'm like, but don't you cook? It's not like you haven't seen raw meat. You cook the food at home. Should make her chicken nabe. I could, but I don't really have anywhere for her to sit, right? I don't have a seating arrangement. If my mum comes here, she's going to sit on the floor. That feels wrong, you know? Brother, ugh. Also, the hotel that she's staying at is nowhere near me, which is a bit of a pain. I looked up the price this morning thinking, oh, maybe I'll just I can book out a night so that I can take it back to the hotel and then I can check in and don't have to worry about traveling and stuff. It's like 30,000 yen to stay the night. I'm like, huh. That's a lot of money for one night. $260, I think that $250 for one night in a hotel. That's insane. So I'll pass. I think it'd be cheaper to get a taxi. I wonder. I don't know. What about a love hotel or something nearby? Lightning coming out with the true questions. What about a love hotel? Sounds average around here? No. You can get hotels that are like... You can stay in a fucking Appa hotel way cheaper than that. I'll have to have a look on booking.com again over the next 3 days. If I can find somewhere cheaper that's close to where she is, then I'll try that. Yeah, tracks. I'll probably do that. The problem is that I'm coming back and then I don't really have much time to prep anything before I am meeting up with her. So it's like everything's going to be a mad dash and rush around to get stuff. Oh, that reminds me. I need to bring these with me so I can back up the footage. It is a super early stream, Daryl. It's not a long stream. Maybe another hour and a half, give or take. But yeah. Alex Shapiro opened a hotel in Tokyo. He opened up an Airbnb, I think is what he calls it, a hotel. It's an Airbnb, right? I have looked at the video. Share house? What? For one night? I don't think they do them, do they? Take mum to play crane games. Yeah, we spoke about that last stream. Do you need your earplugs? Harry, I bought another bunch because Connor lost mine on the last RV trip when I gave them to him to use when he was sleeping with Chris, and he'd fucking lost them before he got to use them. So I had to buy another pair. Luckily, they're all cheap though. The swimmer ones. I found another giant pack. You can get ones that like with this many in them. It's like a whole bunch of them. I keep thinking of the other Shapiro when I hear Alex's full name. Don't think I know that one. This is a political one, probably. Connor should have opened the Lost Bar. What do you mean opened? What? The stream title is Open a Hotel in Tokyo. Well, you know, whatever gets the clicks, man. Chris says he survived, or Connor says he survived in a haunted mansion place for 24 hours, right? Do you know what I mean? It's whatever it gets. Get mouth tape for Chris. Not a bad idea. The funny thing is that he still doesn't think he snores that much, despite contrary to all of the evidence. He'll still say, it's like, did you sleep well? I'm like, no. He's like, oh really, why? You snored. Did I? You fucking know you do. Stop lying. He lost your earphones, etc., and then he lost a viewer's... well, I mean... He didn't lose that. That just happened. That was the GoPro that took that, snatched it away from his hand, shall we say, princess. He needs to get another one, but I think he said he wants to get one with a little bit more information on it than just that, so that they can have more information. It might be good to have that plus his blood type, I think. You snored so loud on the plane once that you woke yourself up. Do you hate it? You know when you snore a lot because you wake up with a sore throat. That's how you can tell if you've snored. Rank the snoriness of the abroad in Japan. Well, if I'm in the same room as him ever again, I will make sure that I record his snores. So you can all hear them on stream and we can laugh together. In fact, I'll make it an alert. That'd be good for a scary game, wouldn't it? If you film someone in the haunted house, do you live because the cameraman never dies, or die because you're not the main character? Depends. If there's a camera on me, then I die. If there's no camera, I should live, technically. I think that's how that works. Because if you can see the cameraman being a cameraman, then it's all bets are off. I have epilepsy and I wear one. Really? I've got epilepsy and organ donor of mine. That? Oh, okay. With a number and account number to give out my details. Oh, that's handy. What is this sleep you speak of? I know, Try, I know. Someday we'll find it together. You sleep with a fan at your face? Mint, stop that. That's not good for you at all. Top tier jump scare. Chris snoring. I'm going to get like extreme whiplash if that becomes a bloody alert while I'm playing a scary game. I did see there's a new scary game out by I think it's a Japanese company. It just got released. I don't think it's doing the rounds yet, but it's going to start trending. It's called Splitterhead. Looks quite interesting. I think it's just come out 5 days ago. Looked pretty cool. Artsy-fartsy type. I mean, I'm just looking at that picture. Oh, is it a PlayStation-made game? It's on PlayStation. I mean, just that alone sells it to me. That's very much like The Thing. What the fuck is going on here? She's like some sort of like Wolverine knockoff. Is that Voldemort in the background? What's that going on there? Huh? Anyway, looks good. Splitterheads by the guy that directed Silent Hill 1 and Siren. Oh, Siren! That's a good. As in the game Silent Hill 1. If true, that's going to be awesome. So definitely worth watching. Checking out. Although it's full price at the moment. I'll wait for it to go on sale. You have to run, Lex. That's not good enough. It's not allowed. Bring your friends here. You can't have brunch unless everyone in my chat gets to have brunch too. It's not allowed. Malevolent, how you doing? I trust we are well. Maybe. Time will tell. Ask me that in 5 days. It's more like an action game from the trailer. Well, either way, it looks good. I'll give it a try. Kind of reminds me of the old Thing game, which apparently is getting a remake. I loved that when it first came out. Although, I got a bit annoyed because the whole point of the Thing is you don't know if someone is the Thing or not. And in that game, if I remember, you had a limited supply of like blood tests to be able to test if someone's the Thing or not, who's in your group. But eventually everyone turned into one anyway, and some of them are scripted. Which kind of ruined the game, especially for repeat plays. Will I play the new update of Stardew Valley? I haven't even played the original on stream, so maybe? I don't know. I don't know if those kind of games work with a stream like me. Gravity Rush, I never played that. Was that a PlayStation Portable game, right? My brother could cancel out Chris's snoring, he snores even louder. Well, is there an element whereby the two frequencies come together to collapse the whole thing so that everyone can sleep in silence? Does that work? Can that be a thing? Red Dead Redemption 1 replay after so many years, it's just a copy. Yeah, I do want to play it again at some point. It would be cool. I know Pete's been playing it, right? Mouth washing, I do want to play that, yeah. Is this early morning or really late night? It is 7:30 in the morning and I have like 2 hours to kill before I have to leave. I'm going on a journey to get milk. So I figured I've got nothing else to do, so why not give it a little cheeky stream? Do noise cancelling headphones work? Not really, because I have Apple AirPods and I can still hear the snoring. The only ones that I've found were these silicone ones that swimmers use. And they're really good at getting like minus 24 dB when you put them in correctly. Two snores would just harmonise and make it louder. Yeah, but if they harmonise, maybe it's a nice pleasant like tone. That'd be nice. You can still play GTA 4 too. What do you mean by still? Vice City's a classic. Surely next game is 5 hearts under one roof. Is it really that good? I hear it's the same annoying mechanic that I hated for the last one, where you have to get X amount of progress to be able to continue the game, which is just annoying. The other snore would just cover the dead spot. What you mean? So it'd be like snoring in unison back and forth. That would suck. Thank you, Perry, for the giant emote. A gigantified Pete. Is it Gopher? Is it Gopher?
Thank you, Paul, for the awesome streams. Helps a lot, especially during the hard days.
Hey, well, thank you for the resub, man. And like, whatever we can do to get through this all together, eh, man? Don't you worry, you keep your chin up. What the fuck is that? Etymologic research. I Never even heard of it. I don't want something going deeper in my ear. That sounds horrible. 99 Bears, welcome in. How you doing? Pete's Americanness with Red Dead Redemption 1 is great. Yeah, I think it's like his perfect type of game, right? He can really get into character with it as well. Especially as he knows there's a poker game in there, right? There's bound to be a cheeky poker game in that you can enjoy. I pronounced it right. Oh, man, come on, man. Geffers? Geffers. Geffers? Geffers. I'm guessing that's an E and an A. Right. Then there we go. I'm going to say Gophers next time as well. Just you wait, mate. He's gotten his character pissed about 10 times now. Oh, God. I use the Honeywell Laser Light earplugs and they're great for snoring, just not for workplace safety. Honeywell Laser Light? I've never heard of these. Let me look. I mean, I don't need them usually. No, I don't like this type. Yeah, these go into the ear though, which gets really uncomfortable when you want to sleep on your ear, like when you're on the pillow. They can hurt. I prefer the swimmers. Max, these ones. These ones are great. Just bought another batch of these. They go in like that, so they fully cover it. But they don't go in the ear. They just cover the entire hole. They're so much better. They're not really, like, you can't, like, reuse them that often. You can reuse them a couple of times. But they're so cheap that it's okay. I mean, I wouldn't want to reuse, like, earplugs anyway that much, but... You didn't realize that was in yen for a second? Yes, it's $999. Hi, it is Emma. Before I leave, I figured I'd give you one last stream. Why not? The noise doesn't bother me, it's the light. I find it harder to sleep if I don't have a sleep mask on. Yeah, that's why normally people buy these with these. I saw these as well. And I was like, hang on a minute. This is the one that the official earplugs of the USA swimming team. But these are more expensive, so what's the difference with PQ earplugs? I'm not sure what the difference is between these two. But they're just nice. They go in so easy, but they don't go in the ear. It's a long one. It'll be an hour and a half because I have to leave. But I'll be around for as long as I can. Hopefully you can fall asleep in the meantime. I make it sound like I'm never coming back. I never said it out. I said I'm coming back on Friday. I'll still be in the Discord if I can be as well. If I've got any free time. Have you ever thought about setting Throne wishlist thing so chat can buy you stuff for the RV cycle fund? No, that's all right, Andrew. I'm okay with that. He's leaving. Where did the cigarettes come into this? What are you talking about? What cigarettes? I will do, Emma. Not very much. You're meeting Sam again? Did you two not learn the first time when you spent God knows how much money on Black Label? Chillers Art Marathon on Friday. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. We'll see. We'll see what plays out. We could buy you a massive monkey. I don't want a copy, Connor. I'll have a massive red panda instead. He thinks I'm paying for lunch. You better, mate. Prayed you'll get better sleep. I'll try to, yeah. I did used to use a face mask as well, meant to go to sleep, or an eye mask to go to sleep. And then I realized that it's better if you can to sleep with the sun down and sun up. So, oh, the sun's gone down. I should think to go to bed now because obviously I don't need an eye mask if then there's no sun out. That's usually what we should be doing. But, you know, we as humans invented light bulbs and suddenly it became a lot harder. Lights on. A massive llama. Okay. You just bought a gin for 60% off. That's pretty cheap. Sure it's good gin? Where am I going? Sorry, just got here. Candied Warner, I'm going away for work. The cameraman in my name is being put to good use. So I'm going to be traveling and filming for a client, and then I'll be back. I'll be back Tuesday really late, I think. Or Wednesday. But then I'm meeting up with my mum. My mum's in Japan, so I'm going to have to obviously be doing stuff with her for 2 days after that. And then hopefully I'll be able to stream again on Friday. Are you going to see more dinosaurs? I cannot confirm or deny that. Buy a giant gyoza plushie. We looked up this before. There wasn't any decent ones. When is the next wacky weekend shoot? That's not to ask me, mate. I'm not the one that pays for them. That's up to Chris or Connie. You should ask them that question when they're online. Not me. We can have one made. Oh, okay. Calm down. You can have a giant gyoza plushie made, sure. Have I had the Four Pillars Shiraz gin? Oh, never heard of that. A giant whiskey plushie. That's tough. That's a tough one because there's so many good brands. Hola, Queen Penelope. How you doing? Welcome in. What are you guys doing for your weekend anyway? I mean, I'm just getting ready for my Sunday. Traveling. What are you guys up to? You say that, Lightning. We looked it up before and couldn't find it. You're trying to start art but burnt out. Hey, you know, don't push it. Don't force creativity. Have a 3-day weekend. Oh, okay, cool. Getting over a cold? That sucks. It is cold season again, isn't it? A Sunday roast tomorrow, you son of a... The fish podcast later tonight. Ooh, a fish podcast? How's that work? How do they get the microphone underwater? Do I drive or do I go by train? I do not drive. I can drive. I have a driver's license. I haven't driven a car in 10 years though. Because when I moved to Japan, I realized that it's just so efficient to go by train everywhere. So looking back, it's probably a bit of a regret. I don't think it's easy for me to get a license here now. I think after 1 year, it's a little bit more tricky for me to be able to get one. Because some places in Japan you can't get to unless you go by car. Especially if you want to fly drones in areas that you can fly them. You have to go outside of the main major areas, which is where all the transport is. Your Welsh aunt is visiting. Ooh. You showed her Nathan's stream? Why? He's the Welshest Welsh person she's ever seen. Where am I going? I cannot reveal that, unfortunately, Lord. All will be revealed in a future stream, I'm sure. I'll just give you the hotel. One sec. It'd be easy to get a license since you already know how to drive. I don't know because like Japan, obviously you have to, if you have to do a written test, it'll all be in Japanese, not in English. Which, you know, they're using lingo that you don't use every day. It makes it a little bit harder. Just say it's NDA, it sounds better. Then you need to explain what NDA means to people, Andrew. It always gets complicated. We'll have some Johnny Walker waiting for me. Nice. Be careful, it's getting more expensive. Google Maps coordinates. The road test is super strict as well. It probably is. It is funny though, because I haven't driven in 10 years. I ain't got a fucking clue anymore. Like, hopefully muscle memory will kick in at some point. Every time I go back to England, my mum's like, do you want to get in the car and have a go again? I'm like, no, not really. I was never interested in driving. I only learned to drive because it was like in between jobs, and my mum was like, your nan's offering to pay for it. So I'm like, I might as well have it. It's a life skill that I can have. But yeah, I haven't driven in 10 years. So it's like, oh, the thought of doing it again. Plus, it's fucking expensive to own a car, especially here. You live in the city and you want to get a garage or somewhere to park it. A garage. Yeah, they say that's sobering, but I think there's some sort of X amount of years. If you've been living in Japan or something about you need a UK address or something, you need something to be able to convert it over. And I think I'm out of that. Does my mum have an auto? No, I learned to drive on a manual. I wanted to learn how to drive and then COVID hit. Mate, that was the best time to learn, Mochi. There was no one on the fucking roads. During COVID time, it was easy to learn to drive. You could take that driver's test super easy. You don't have to worry about any other bloody cars. That's the worst thing about driving is the other drivers. Sam wants to take his driving test in Japan. Well, Sam likes to do things a little bit differently. God bless him. I learned manual on my K-truck last year. Mate, I highly recommend everyone learn manual. Because it's like, you get the best of both worlds then. You can drive any car. Whereas if you only learn auto, you're stuck. Yeah, man, I hear that LA is horrible. But at the same time, I hear that you can't get anywhere unless you drive in LA, right? It's all Ubers. You can't be as bad as the all-bar chans that end up driving into a shop. Well... Oh, you know. 10 years not driving. Also, you forget that skill of like, how do you park a car? Especially parallel parking. Or reverse parking. If you haven't done it for 10 years, it's like... Because I know that you're normally taught when you're having your test, it's like, you're in your car, right? So you're taught, if your mirror is at this point, and when you look over your shoulder, that part of your window is at that point, and you can see the curb at that bit. You park your wheel so it's parallel about there. You should be able to turn the wheel fully at this point and it will go in nice and smoothly. You park up next to the gap, and if the gap is a little bit bigger than your car, all those kind of things that they teach you like to be able to park really well. You drive most days and you still don't know how to park? Oh my god. No one follows that? Well, that's the thing I found when I came to Japan. It was amazing when people reverse. They have this like camera, and the camera has these fucking trail lines where your car's gonna park. So they don't even have to do it like physically. They just look at the camera and go like beep, 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 and it shows you these lines about where it's going. It's crazy. I live in a village with what? You live in a village with what? Nothing but an hourly train on one route. Oh, ouch. Your car has that, Emma, really? All cars have that these days. See, I don't drive. I don't know. I haven't been to England in 10 years, like, properly driving, so I don't know. My mum's doesn't have it. I don't think my brother's has it. My brother, like, loves his fucking cars, so... Some of the fancier ones do it for you entirely. What about the old, Teslas? What the fuck? Parallel parking a 21 meter long bendy bus? Hell no, sobering. That sounds... No, that's nightmare fuel. It's a standard safety feature in the US since 2015. See, there we go. I've been in Japan since 2012. I don't know. I don't know if it's out in the rest of the world. I just remember seeing it when I came here every time, and I was like, whoa, that's cool. Glad to see the rest of the world finally caught up. The wonders of Japan. The Teslas have by the inch measurement. Don't they also have that feature where they say that your finger won't get caught when the bonnet comes down, but it still does? People do a banana test and it still cuts it in half. They take an hour longer by car mint? Damn, that's insane. The Cybertruck. That's it. Yeah, the Cybertruck test. I would not, Lightning. Don't worry. Bendy buses remind me of being in Germany and on a bendy bus with a manic driver who legit must have been driving at full speed on bends. I can't. The last time I was on a bendy bus, I think I was in Dublin. I remember seeing one on there. Oh, you've been one-handed 5 years and your parents' car has a temperamental parking sensor. That's interesting. Temperamental parking sensor. Maybe it needs to get checked out. That thing is a heap of junk. You sure, Andrew? People say it's the future. It's my second one and I had 4 normal Yaris before I get a new car. You get a new car every year? Hello, Emma. Moneybags Emma. A new car every year? My brother would like a word with you. The Cybertruck is also supposed to have unbreakable glass. Isn't that... Hang on. It's supposed to have unbreakable glass, but when he did the showcase reveal, the glass broke, right? Then they got around it by saying, but technically we were showing people that it was unbreakable all day to the point that by the time it got on the stage, it was already the point where it could be damaged. Because they've been showing people all day how it couldn't be damaged. I love it, sobering, I love it. A 2.4 LS40 Volvo super duper wagon bollocks shit. I don't know anything about car names, mate. I know people that can look at a car and know instantly what it is. I'm not that guy. Show me a camera. Even then I probably wouldn't know if it's not Sony these days, because that's all I fucking work with. All I see is Roblox. What the hell, man? Roblox with like really dull colours then. Oh, your son knows all the cars. Paul, not a car guy. Look, I've said this from day one. I'm not a car guy. I've said this very clearly. My brother got all the cars and sports genes. I got all the movies and music and showbiz genes. Like, he's not got any interest in that. We both got an interest in gaming, which is where it sort of crosses over. But when it comes to life, it's like he's got sports and cars. I've got music and showbiz movies and stuff. That's the way my brother and I are split with that. A gold pink Cybertruck? Does that exist? Do they come in colour? I don't think I've ever seen them in colour. They do? Huh? Is that... Obviously that must be a custom job. I don't think they sell it as that, right? Ooh, the red looks quite sexy though. I remember my mum had a like a cherry red car, and she sold it and got another car. Don't ask me what fucking models, I don't know, but she bought like a navy one, and she always regretted selling. This was a Fiesta because I learned to drive in a Fiesta, and I remember she was upset when she sold the red one and got the navy one because she always felt this car was more fun. And when she went and got a car that was navy, she always felt like it was just less fun to drive. You know, if it's a dull colour and stuff, it feels a bit more like, you know, it's a bit depressing. It's not as enjoyable to drive. That Fiesta had really good acceleration. I remember that. I think that's what it was, 99 Bears. I think my mum used to, I remember her saying like, I want a dark colour so it's less to wash. New one is white. Oof, Emma. There's going to be a lot of cleaning on that one. A blue car that looks kind of purple at night. That sounds pretty cool. They look weird in real life, like a prop from a movie. I think that's the idea though, right, Kat? Jesus, Andrew, sorry to hear that. Crashed when I was younger with my dad. We were stuck from behind by an 18-wheel lorry going 60 miles per hour. We were stationary, indicating to turn off. My dad's seat come off with the rails. Literally had a piece of metal 2 inches from your head. Jesus. Turtle doesn't like the Cybertrucks, confirmed. You was 15. I think I've only ever had 2 situations where I've been involved in a car crash. My mum was involved one that she got whiplash and something with her shoulder from being smacked from behind. Nowhere near as bad as what you're saying. Like literally just someone coming up behind and smacking them. And she never fully recovered from that whiplash. Like her shoulder never went back to normal after that. I was involved in one of them, but I don't think I had anything permanent happen to me. I didn't hit my head. That's the important thing. I save that for later in my life, these days. The fuck, Lightning? Kid got hit by a truck and just got up and walked away? You sure you're not, like, thinking of a film? The worst thing was after we found out my dad had... Oh, sorry to hear that, Andrew. Your dad's driving at 78. I don't know. I don't know what's a good age for people to not be allowed to drive. Because, you know, as they get older... It's a pretty dangerous thing to be driving around at that age. Less than 24 hours after picking up a car. Mate, that sucks. That's why good public transport is a must, says the bus driver. Indeed. Indeed, sobering. It's true. It's true. UK is terrible, though. Notorious for late times, especially the buses. But they can always blame, like, people taking forever to get on the bus or being rude, so... Your dad loves his cars, I know, but at some point he's got to realise that if he's a hazard to people around him, it gets tricky, right? Three-fourths of my grandparents are dead and I never really found out why. Hopefully not young age. My parents are hitting the age where they think they're still invincible but aren't. I mean, I'm hitting that age at 40. It's not good. I kind of have to be, though. Problem is because as soon as I get that camera in front of me, I am invincible, right? Can't die. The camera might, though. If the camera dies, then I'm dead. People don't think of that bit. They say the cameraman never dies, but what happens if the camera dies while it's in his hands? There's a little rule there that people haven't figured out yet. We need an indestructible camera to be truly invincible. You survived the raft. Did I, Perry? Maybe this is all a dream. It's all a fever. Maybe I'm like really not here right now. Maybe I'm somewhere in a hospital, recovering after my camera passed away, along with Connor's watch. My mum never learned to drive. I'm trying to break out of that fear and get the courage to one day. Yeah, it's honestly, Mint, it's worth having as a life skill, to be fair. And I do think it's worth having for peripheral awareness. I say it's one of those things that everyone should learn so they realise to look left and right before crossing a fucking road. Or looking before they turn somewhere. That's one of those things that you have to have drilled in you in a car. And if you just walk everywhere, a lot of people just change lanes when they're walking without even looking before they turn and switch into a different lane. And driving kind of forces that habit into you because you actually lose a point on your driving test. If you don't look before you indicate you're turning, that's a negative. I know that because that's the only point I lost. And I still claim that, well, no, I don't claim it. He told me afterwards that I did it at the same time. They say they capture your soul in a photo, but so surely a camera has captured several thousand souls. That's a good point. That's a good point. I wonder if those people that said that all those years ago would feel like how they would feel about seeing themselves on a giant screen now. They probably think everything's the devil now, right? What we're doing right now, I'm talking to a bunch of text. They'd be like, that's the devil you're talking to. He has many, many faces. You're the devil, chat. I look because I don't want to die. Exactly. Early pool stream, it is, Brody. It's just a cheeky little one before I have to head out. Got about another 55 minutes before I've got to end the stream, though. Hyper awareness is a nightmare. I guess that's true. I'm not the devil. I am Mouse is the devil. Yes, or however dapper. Yeah, you are all AI. I can confirm that. All AI, right? Not one person here is real. The longer you spend on it, the more of your soul gets sucked. Me or the person I'm filming? Huh? Wake up, Paul, you're in the Matrix. Well, you gotta give me a jelly bean first, mate. Blue or red? At least give me that luxury. I hate getting my picture taken. Nah, don't we all? Don't we all, us cameramen? We hate being in front of it. You'll answer a Scarlett Johansson. Oh, will you, Perry? Really? We're all chat cheapy talking to you. Imagine if it was all the Valley Girl voice. Mate, I'd love that. I would absolutely fucking love that. But I know you're not because you don't sound like Valley Girls. You're not typing like a Valley Girl types, alright? Type to me like a Valley Girl. I want to see, what does a Valley Girl type like? I'll give you corn jelly bean. Daryl, you're the devil. You are literally the devil, confirmed. Oh, for sure. Okay. Slay. It's the one word. Slay. Really? Is that a Valley Girl? I'll put pineapple on pizza. Mate, Lightning. I was not a believer, but the first night on RV3, there was a pineapple pizza on the table. I said, fuck it, let me try that shit. Not bad. I quite enjoyed it. How do you write and include that vocal fry? What? A vocal fry for me is, do you know what a vocal fry is? For me, as a ex-singer, that actually is a thing, vocal frying. It's like you sort of like, it's like warming up the vocal. What about licorice jelly bean? What matrix do I wake up from with that? Hashtag slay to her friend the other day at a concert. Oh my god. I don't know what the Valley Girl vocal fry. What the fuck is that? I've never heard of this. What's a Valley Girl vocal fry? Like is definitely a thing. Put that in front of every word. Spicy honey on a pepperoni pizza? No, but it sounds good. Pineapple pizza is fire. I've said fire a few times. I think that's because I've been hanging around blood too much. It'll make you awake or very sick depending on how you take to licorice in general. My mum likes licorice. Or she used to, I don't know if she does now. They include that vocal fry noise into every set. Really? That's a Valley Girl thing? How do they put it in a sentence then? Does it go at the end? I'm trying to figure out how they use it. I did not know Daniel Radcliffe likes the word like. Valley Boy confirmed. Is there a thing as a Valley Boy? I've only ever heard of Valley Girl. What about the Valley Boy? People talk in vocal fry sometimes. Isn't that just mumbling? Once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Girl. Valley Boy is saying stuff like, quit taxing my gig hardcore cruster. What the fuck does that even mean? What's a cruster? Huh? All sentences end in an upward inflection. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Isn't that like a Canadian thing as well? They go like this. Val dudes. I was hanging out at the beach. Some bodacious babes. Oh, Miley Cyrus. Yeah, she had a vocal fry. I remember that. That's a funny clip though, because it sounds like she's been smoking one too many, right? Audrey, what are you doing up? You shouldn't be awake at this time on a Sunday. My boyfriend says okay with an upward inflection. It drives me insane. Okay. Wait, foreigners don't understand me. What? Don't understand you when what? So maybe I have a valley girl living in me? Maybe. Ditto to you. I'm traveling, girl. Put a dragon and sound surprised on the oh my god. Why did the vocal fry become a I don't like that that's a Valley Girl thing now. No, that's a singing thing. I've just realised it's an ad break. Let me go off while the ad's on and I'll come back. I'll boil the kettle again. Quests I've go to, everyone says, you need to wear a new outfit. Your fashion sense stinks in my camp. This is a fashion game. Okay, chat. This is what happens when you do the Naruto run too much, okay? If you keep doing it, you're going to get stuck. And when you're old, this is what you're going to look like, okay? This just in. An Essex man has become partner on Twitch. What will he do to f it up? Oh my god, is that... No, they're not mid... No!
Can keep my breath fresh.
No! She... Oh my god!
I'm feeling really nice.
Shit. What the... This is reminding me of a scene of The Boys.
Hello.
What the Chewy? Was that Chewy? I don't see no food. Well, unless it's in here. Oops. Oh shit! There's a fucking bear in there? Get the fuck out of there, Sunshine! That bear was the quietest animal I've ever heard in my life. If you know, you know, guys. Muffin nuts. Does that work? Ooh. Now's the part where it ends up all over my megalodon. No scares, good. I will say though, I was a pretty good tosser at that. Jesus, that's a weird phrase to use. That's going under it, right? Under this one. Ah!
That was very stupid.
Oh, would you look at that? It spoke too soon. It sounds amazing if you're a JoJo fan. Well, as you can imagine, Connor was in his element. Surrounded by
Sausages.
Side 4 inhalers for infinite. Of course they are. They're just taking the oxygen from the air and just go... This game bringing out the Michael Jackson. Ow! I don't know what came over me there. Sorry, chat. That's the doctor, innit? Did I fuck up? Perfect timing. Just as I sliced him there, you got the touch, came in. Woo! Why did I do that? Why did I just do that to my own cover? I think my approach there, chat, was I wanted to try and confuse my enemy by completely blowing away my cover and exposing myself entirely. Ah, yes.
The pro gamer.
That is I. For real, for real. Yeah, Valley Girls. Let me look them up. I want to see if there's any more examples of this vocal fry Valley Girl. Emily Clark's Valley Girl voice. Or no, learn the Valley Girl accent. Your favorite English teacher. Okay. You can judge this.
Please sound like a Valley girl. Number 1, lengthen your vowels. Instead of saying, oh my God, you can say, oh my God.
God.
2, use creaky voice. This means to lower your pitch and really vibrate your vocal cords.
Mm-hmm.
So again, instead of saying, oh my God, you can say, oh my God.
Oh.
And number 3, use the word like as a filler word.
Yeah.
Not as the verb and not to mean something is similar,
Uh-huh.
but more like the word For example, like, oh my God, why did she do that? Now go check out my latest YouTube video on how to sound like a Californian, from Valley Girl speech to
Valley Girl speech, she shows clueless? Is that how long ago this has been going on for? That's how long ago the Valley Girl voice has been going on for? This sounds just like Chris's American accent. Let me have a look at Valley Boy accent. Shorts. Does she do that? No. There's no Valley Boy. They're all Valley Girl, bruh. Is that the Valley Boy accent? Bruh. This is why I stay at home. Mountain Man, is that what they're called? You went to brush your teeth after hearing all that vocal fry. You thought there was fried food on the table? Nah, Perry. We're just talking like Valley girls. You know what I'm talking about. This stupid fucking vocal. Your fucking face. It's so silly. For me, that's a warm-up for a fucking vocal performance. That's what we make that noise when we're learning before we sing. You'll unfollow me? Perry, you're just gonna make me do it more then. Paulie Shaw would be a Valley Boy. I guess, yeah. Yeah, bruh. Wait, no, isn't it just a surfer dude? Isn't that what we consider a Valley Boy? Yo, bro, I'm like totally hanging out with these bodacious babes, yo. Chilling, vibing. Yeah. Please read the book again with that voice. What book? I read a book? What book did I read? Missed his flight? Don't tell me that. Ow, my pancreas. Brother. Ugh. Oh, the book in my toilet. Yeah, I think I put it back in there now. I put it back in. Please say the following in your Valley Girl voice. I don't want to say I don't want you putting words in my mouth. I don't want you sampling me saying shit. I'm not having that. Delta, I can't trust you. Say buongiorno in your Valley Boy voice. Yo, buongiorno. Isn't that it? Say that. That's alright, because I know what that word is. I was going to sleep. I have work in the co-op tomorrow. Oh, that's alright, Kat. Don't worry. I mean, I'm not going to be here for much longer. You got me for another 40 minutes. What's the European equivalent of Valley Girl? I don't know. Do we have one, chat? What's the equivalent of Valley Girl in Europe? I mean, they kind of sound the same, don't they? Perry, what's the Valley Girl in the UK? Essex? That's a Valley Girl? Cockney? Alright, let's see what an Essex girl accent. Let's see if someone can teach you an Essex girl accent. Because I don't want to fucking go down that hill. Oh god, I don't want to die on that hill. Essex girl accent. No, that's TikTok. I don't have TikTok. No one's like, explaining what an Essex scale accent is. Chris Pratt does a good Essex accent, to be fair. Yes, that Chris Pratt. Ooh, that looks interesting. What's this? A girl does a British accent in 65 accents. Go away, accent. Goddamn ads. Skip.
How many languages do you speak?
2.
What are they?
Gaelic and English.
Only one, and not very well. I learned Elvish actually though when I was a kid.
You learned
Elvish?
Could you? Do you remember something from Elvish?
Gosh, Olor Malay I think is like something to do.
Okay, that's.
That's more than what I know.
Something.
I speak only 3 languages.
What are they?
English, Hindi and Punjabi.
Okay. And
Punjabi.
where are you from? I'm from Canada, actually. Ah, cool. Me too.
Well, we speak English, Canadian, and American. So.
Nice.
I used to be a traveler before he arrived.
I speak English and Mandarin and 3 dialects.
It is interesting that.
I heard Mandarin's the hardest language in the world, but I had it as my mother tongue, so I had to learn it. It was not easy, but you know.
She sounds like a Valley girl.
Like Mandarin?
Yeah.
English?
And Hakka.
Hakka. It's also a dialect.
Wow.
Spoken in Taiwan, yeah.
Hmm.
One. And if I would choose a second language, it
Crank up the volume.
Braille.
Braille.
Loud as it goes on there.
Interesting answer. I love it.
It's kind of a
I didn't make the video, so
Obviously, I'm fluent in English.
although I can tell from the stats for nerds,
Born in Miami.
it's not as loud as it could be. He could have cranked it up 5 dB his end when he uploaded it, and it would have been louder. But that's
Everything is from my heart. I give it then, like you, like I now it for you. Like you understand? Yeah, I know, but my English not as good as I need it, but I'm trying.
One.
What's the one?
English.
And where are you from?
Scotland.
Scotland. Cool.
Scotland, yeah.
And
I'm the same.
same.
Scotland.
Yeah.
I just got here today, actually.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Where'd you come from?
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Yeah,
Beautiful city. I've been to Hong Kong.
yeah, it's really nice.
2 kinds, but English is really difficult to me. So.
Hmm.
I
Me
speak,
too.
Around 4 languages like Wolof. I speak Fulani. I speak French, and I speak English.
That crazy, like just listening to how many people are like, we speak multiple languages. We speak multiple languages. Lexi, no URLs, please. We speak multiple languages. Like they do this all the time. And then in England, we're like, we speak one. A Korean once told me Korean's easy to learn. Korean alphabet is easy to learn from what I hear. We had this conversation before. The alphabet is easy to learn, but to actually speak it's very different. I know it's related to the conversation, Lexi, but I do not want people posting URLs in my chat. It's on one of the rules. Please abide by it. How many languages do you speak? English and Japanese. Yes, English, Japanese, Australian, Canadian, and American. There's a dialect coach that pops up on YouTube from time to time, has the best instructions on how the accents are different. Okay. Korean pronunciation is crazy hard, Japanese much easier. Try Chinese, mate. Cantonese, Mandarin. Same sound, different intonations depending on what you're saying. You can say a completely different word depending on if you go up or down. Very, very different. I speak sarcasm. Good lord, we're all fucked. Links are auto-modded, they are, but if someone's VIP'd, it still allows it, but if they keep doing it, they'll be un-VIP'd. That's the warning. Chinese is easier than Japanese, to be honest. What? In what world is that easier? Kanji? You kidding me? Ain't no way. I mean, you've got, at least you've got hiragana, katakana in Japanese to get by a little bit. You can like, baby step your way into it. But with Chinese, it's just straight out, nope. Y'all gotta learn to sink or swim with these like big fucking complicated words. I mean, if you ever look at a Chinese newspaper, I mean, I'm just gobsmacked at like how they can just read just a wall of signs. It's insane. Speaking is easier? Really? Hand sign, but that isn't it. Well, soup. As I learned, sign language, depending on the country you're in, is different. So even there, you're screwed. I thought sign language was its own language. But you have Japanese sign language, UK sign language, American sign language, so that even they have their own slang. So even sign language is not as easy as you'd think. You think it's just one universal language. It's not. You had to solve Chinese captchas to sign up to a site? Was it worth it? The Kens and Karens you have to deal with. Yeah, no one likes them. You can tell that a Ken and a Karen because they've never worked in retail in their life. Because you'd never speak to a staff member if you'd worked in retail before in the way they do. It was worth it, but it was a pain. Let me guess, was it for a bees website by any chance, Lexi? I reckon Hong Kong's going to fully join. Really? Well, we don't want to talk about that, I guess, but it was Billy, but it was bees related. Ah. Yeah, I've had this conversation, Shukeru. I think everyone should do retail at least one year in their life, as well as have to drive, just for spatial awareness. Those are the two things that I said. If I was in office, everyone must eat gyoza. We're not flying business class at all, Captain. In what world would I ever? I haven't flown business class since 2011, I think it was. And that was just because I got lucky and cheekily asked. I'm not like Connor and Pete, you know. Even Pete's a business class kind of guy now, you know. That one little indulgence he gives himself. You're making gyoza for breakfast? What kind of people do you invite in business class? Business class people. Like Connor. Apparently you find wacky weekend people. How do you even ask for an upgrade? There's a VOD where I went over it. You just gotta make sure that you arrive on like early and dress as though you belong in that class. Those are the two obvious bits. And then the case is don't ask, don't get, right? Ask if there's a chance for a cheeky upgrade. And you might get it. But I think that once you've had it once, you go on their books as though you've had it. Because they're not going to keep giving it to you. $22 hours? Ooh, Perry, that's tough. I don't know how many hours my mum's flying. I don't know, what's the UK flight these days? I can't remember. Is it 13 hours? I think it is. Yeah, I got upgraded for free ordered. $14. Oh, that's horrible. Can someone force like Russia to just sort of fucking tone it down so everyone can get back to nicely timed flights? I missed the days when it was an 8-hour flight. I picked a good airline and was also picky about the aircraft. I'm also like I can't do stayovers. It's got to be one straight through flight. I can't do the whole fly to Dubai or somewhere, stop there for 5 hours and then travel on to England. I get worried and freak out about, like, where's my luggage? As long as I know my luggage is on the plane that I'm on, when I take off from one and get to the other, that's cool with me. But the idea of, like, it stopping somewhere and potentially losing stuff, just no. Good luck going from Australia to the UK in one flight. Well, I don't have to. I live in Japan, so haha. Joke's on you. I could practically swim there. Layovers are no-go for you too. Yeah, I don't like layovers. I had one layover when I was flown over by a Japanese TV company. I won't say which one. But it laid me over, and this was before the whole Russia thing that fucked up all the hours. It wasn't France, but it stopped me somewhere else. But I couldn't leave the airport, so that's the other annoying thing, is you're stuck somewhere and you can't go anywhere. You're just stuck in the shitty lounge area with no shops open. And I had to wait like 3 hours there to just get on a plane and then continue going home for like another, I think it was Frankfurt, I think it was there, yeah. And I was stuck there for like 3 hours, and then I could get a plane for another, 2 hours or something to get back to England. I was like, why are we even here? It was so annoying. I think it was 8 hours, Perry. I feel like it was definitely not 13. Why won't the airport let you leave? Because it's a layover, so you're meant to wait in there until you go to the next location, right? So you're stopping in a location, then going on to where you're supposed to be going. So they won't let you leave because, you know, you might not have a visa in there or something, right? Also, you'll find that, like, what's the point of leaving the airport? Because, like, airports are notoriously not near anything decent, right? They're normally on the outside of the fucking cities. Ooh, layovers with a risk of cancellation. Yeah, I wouldn't like that. Aren't there airport hotels inside or something? Not in the one I was in. It was a tiny, tiny airport. Oh, you had your luggage lost when you was... How did you realize when you was flying? Ah... Oh wow, Lexi, that's insane. I always found that, like, those trackers don't work on the plane though, right? Because there's all that metal and it kind of fucks with it. So I've found that my AirTag doesn't necessarily work when I'm on the plane and trying to check if it's with me. I think so. It's really hard to make it, like, force it to check whenever you look at the Find My. The AirTag is the best thing for luggage users. I agree. I have an AirTag for all of my stuff. My keys, my wallet. I'm paranoid. I'm one of those guys that's like, because I thought it could happen, it will. It's not a case of if, but when. Because I've thought it into existence. So I've got an AirTag on my phone, my keys, every piece of luggage, my camera bags, you name it. I mean, for what they are, they're super cheap for what they can do. And the fact that you can put a fucking battery in it. So much shit now has like a battery built in that you can't replace. The fact that they come with, like, you can just replace it with a nice cheap battery is just perfect. What did you do before the AirTag? Prayed. Trust me, Perry. Having an AirTag is just so much relief. And I learned from other people's mistakes, aka like Trash Taste, that lot. I don't mean, the fact that they put all their gear in the fucking, like, the hold, they didn't carry it on. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? All that camera gear? I would never ever put that in the hold. My camera gear goes on the plane with me. Stuff that goes in the hold is like my fucking clothing, right? My camera gear stays with me. AirTag's scary because anyone can track you publicly? No, I don't think so. If someone has an AirTag near you, your phone will tell you that, by the way, someone's tracking you nearby. There is an AirTag near you. That's been a legal requirement since stupid fucking stalkers used him with idols and shit, right? So whenever I am filming with people, especially Ian, when we're in the van during cyclethons, Ian constantly gets pinged like, there's an AirTag near you, by the way. It's like, yeah, I know, it's Paul's. It's still there. It's so that everyone gets pinged by my AirTags whenever they're on a job with me. So, but it's one of those things, it's for safety. Trash Taste did get their stuff back, Soup. It took like a year. But ever since then, they put trackers in all their stuff as well now, which makes sense. But it's like, for me, even still, I just have one staff member taking that all on as carry-on. Because surely someone could have had, like, a backpack free. Because they went over there with a bunch of staff, right? Surely one of the staff could have been like, I'm not bringing anything on the plane, so let me have all the fucking, at least the camera fucking bodies, or the lenses, something. You know? They could have had a backpack with all the camera bodies, and then they could have technically had another bag with all the lenses and just put that in the seat in front and the other one on top. Job done. Lexi, I feel the same way. Luckily, they rarely ever check the weight. But yeah, camera gear gets expensive. And it doesn't help that they require you to put batteries in your carry-on. You're not allowed to put batteries in, like, the hold. Because obviously it might blow up because of pressure or whatever. So a lot of times you have to put all your, like, so if you want to use V-mount batteries, like for this job I'm doing now, I'm not bringing V-mount because I'm flying. So I can't use my V-mounts. I technically could use the lower one, but even still, like, my bag's already full. I think I'll be okay with just normal Sony batteries. But still, the fact that you have to put the batteries in your backpack, that's so much extra weight already. So that if they do weigh your carry-on, you get fucked. There's a movie called Carry On coming out, but it's not a carry-on movie. You mean like the good old English films that are probably not appropriate at all these days? They can put out battery fires. Yeah, I get why they do it. Hey, I've never heard of a fire going off because of a camera battery, but I've heard plenty about fucking mobile phones blowing up in planes. So, you know, maybe you should be looking at mobile phones more than my camera gear, alright? Drone batteries are ridiculously heavy. Not the Mini 3 Pros though, Lexi. Which is what I'm going to have to take for this trip, so look out for that. Mini 3 Pros are really light, as is the Mini 3 Pro itself. The thing about the Mini 3 Pro is you need to make sure that you grade the footage properly. It does look good, but it needs to be graded a bit better. The only thing I'm going to miss, I don't even know if I'm going to be using the drone this trip, but if I do use it, the only thing I'm going to be missing is that it doesn't have the variable aperture that the Mavic 3 does. So you're stuck with adjusting shutter and stuff instead. Mobile phone, yeah. It was the old Samsung, wasn't it? Wasn't it the Samsung phone that used to blow up? Someone's phone catch fire while charging on their bed. Yeah, I think it's the Samsung. It's the fast charging, right? If it's being used by a third-party plug. Mobile phone's batteries blow up, not the actual phone. Exactly. The S8, that was it. To the point that airports had to declare anyone using that phone had to put it in a fucking plastic bag or something. It's ridiculous. What are they on now? What number is it on? Is it S24 or something? I did pack my bum bag. Because I can't use the sack, I'm going to use the bum bag to... So what I'm going to do this time for audio, I think I'm going to use the Zoom F3 in my bum bag with a really long cable and then put that into the camera so that I can like put the lab mics that, you know, I was using for the boys on the RV trip. Because people seem to prefer those mics, but they just don't record internally. But the fact that I can put the receiver for them into the F3 and get 32-bit flow, I'm fine with that. 24, so they're on the 24 already? Good lord. Oh, they skipped the S11 after 10 and went straight to 20. What the fuck? Why? Because it was 2020? the fuck? That's ridiculous. Spicy pillows, bulging batteries are concerning. So's that statement. What does that mean? Spicy pillows? What the fuck is that? What are you talking about, Girl Geek? Bigger number equals better. Well, to be fair, if you watch Ginny's streams, she streams on a Samsung S24, and the quality is ridiculous. I think Connor, his paragliding, I think that was done on the S24. The cameras on them have gotten really good. And even the audio, considering he was flying through the air, and the wind wasn't that bad from the microphone on that. I mean, I was really impressed. 5G and 4G. I have the what's mine? I think I got the 14 Pro. Yeah, mine's the iPhone 14 Pro, which has 5G capabilities, but I still don't. I think I only use 4G though. I think 5G cost a fortune in Japan. Japan was smart. They realized how much data should cost. So unlike the rest of the world where you can get unlimited data for X amount, Japan's like, no, you pay for that shit. We'll give you 7 gigs or however many gigs, and then after that we'll throttle you. They're pretty cheeky with that, and then 5G's cost even more. You have 5G and don't notice a difference? Nah. Lightning, I think you're just being spoiled. If you say there's no difference between 4 and 5, you're not on 5. That's what carriers do, yeah. Oh, is it the same in Australia, really? You can see a subreddit full of bulging batteries at Reddit Spicy Pillows. Why is it called Spicy Pillows, though? I don't get the reference. Carriers say unlimited, but after like 10 gigs, they throttle you down to 3G. Yes, they do. It's really annoying. They look like pillows. Oh, I see. Because it's got that like, that heaped look about it. I don't know about the spice. Oh, pillows with spicy potential. What the fuck? Who came up with that? The spicy element? Because they can catch fire? Okay. Fair enough. Watching you on a 5G modem, but it's always running at 4G. Well, you know, you don't want to catch COVID. Okay, be careful. I don't want you watching me on 5G and getting COVID now, Captain. Who remembers those days? What was the world thinking? That was a UK thing, right? It's the 5G towers creating COVID. Like, what the fuck were the conspiracists thinking? Like, Jesus. It wasn't thinking. Yeah, I think that's the problem. I think they had too much free time to think. You get 400 megabytes? Really? 5G in London? Damn, that's a lot. I think I can get 5G into my phone if I buy like a prepaid phone, I think. I don't know if I'd have to speak with Docomo and unlock the ability for my phone to do 5G, or if it's just there because I've got the phone or not. I don't know, because I know that sometimes they lock features behind things, right? 6G that's dangerous. Yeah, that's the true one. Be careful of 6G, guys. It depends on your SIM card. Interesting. Okay, didn't know that. Mind you, these days I kind of like the idea because I bought that little portable Wi-Fi thing that I have for like, I had that since Cyclophone 3, I think? No, was it Cyclophone? Yeah, Cyclophone 3 I bought it, but I also got to use it for the RV trip as well. Super little handy thing that I can keep in my pocket that acts like 4G Wi-Fi, gives you 100 gigabytes, you can use it for an entire year. That little thing's pretty handy to have. Especially when my internet gets throttled, because usually when I'm traveling, like this month, I'm traveling a lot for 2 weeks. And usually that means that my monthly allowance gets fucked. So having that as a backup is really handy to have. Can you imagine if people went full conspiracy when we were going to 3G or 4G? Yeah. Itchy jump scare. What? Right-wing USA was thinking all birds are robots and spying on them. You good, America? What? Been watching too many James Bond movies. We aren't. Okay. Glad to know. I like that you put that all in lowercase as well. We aren't. This was the Russia bit. Ah, yes. Yes, in Russia we have very special pigeon. Paul, don't ask if the US is true. True. We need an adult. That's one of my favourite excuses. You can't say that. That's mine. Of course the US is the evening, yeah. What are you guys up to for the weekend, huh? Drowning in sorrows? My dad had a payment mix-up and his SIM was disabled. While investigating it, his SIM worked fine in my 5G phone, but it wouldn't do 4G. Oh, interesting. I've had the same mobile phone since 2001. What the fuck, really? When was the US ever okay? Good point. I thought it was okay in the past, but then I found out about the Diddy stuff. Yeah, you were never good. Too many bad baby oil parties, man. I'm considering a move to Antarctica. Well, let us know how the lights go with that. The old Northern Lights are calling you. US had moved on from crying and renewed... What? Eating our sadness. What are you eating, though? I can't help it, Perry. It's a hot topic. And it's funny. Did he do? Did he don't? He's innocent until proven guilty, though. Don't forget it. 3G signal shut down this year in the UK. Did it really? Didn't know that. But don't they have to fall back on that? Don't they have to fall back on 3G when the 4G's used up? I didn't know 3G's shutting down. We still got it here. We had someone from New Zealand yesterday, actually. Most networks are shutting down. I didn't know this. It's interesting. Thanks for letting me know I can't eat dumplings, Mint. Makes me feel so much better. What kind of dumplings? What are they filled with? You've only had one mobile number that you got when you were 17. I still have the mobile that I bought my Docomo contract with. I never used it. Oh, sorry. It wasn't an iPhone. It was like it's this little yellow bumblebee looking phone that sort of flips out. Really shit. But it came free with the contract. So I was like, sure, I'll have that. Pork dumplings, you motherfucker. 3G shut down here years ago. That's used for emergency radios now. Oh, I didn't know. It's interesting. Show, please. Maybe next time, Emma. A reserve phone for the poop assassin. I don't even know if it'll bloody work now, mate, to be honest with you. I've had it. It's got to be 8 years. A Panasonic P901. I don't know. Here's another annoying thing. So I used to have access to My Docomo, which is an app that you get on your phone so you can track, because I'm with Docomo, and you can go in and you can log into your account and see how much usage you've had for the month and doing that. And they've suddenly decided to not up, because my phone is connected to my UK account, because all of my apps that I bought over the years before I came to Japan was in England. So I've always kept my UK account. They've suddenly decided that that app is no longer going to be put on the UK store. So I can't update it. So when I try and log in, it says you need to update the app. The app that I downloaded from the UK store. And now it's saying this no longer exists. So I can't update the app to look at my monthly bill costs. Japan does this a lot. They'll release something on worldwide stores and then realize they don't want to fucking deal with English and all that bollocks. So they'll just say, no, we'll just put it on the Japan store. Case in point, they had a taxi service that a lot of people use called Go Taxi. I used to use that all the time. And then they just stopped fucking like showing support for the UK store. So to book a taxi, that's why I switched to using Uber. Because Uber still works because it's an international service, but Japan started using it. However, the Uber app does still allow you to book normal taxis here. And the one thing I will say is it's the normal prices. A lot of people don't realize when you look at the Uber price, it normally includes like the highest price. So one of the annoying things they do is they charge your card to make sure that you can afford it. Then you get the Uber, and whatever the final price is to the location, it might be more, it might be less. So they'll refund you what the estimate was and then charge you for what it actually is. It's so annoying. It's like, well, so you're charging me to prove that I can afford it, and then you're refunding it and making me pay a new price. So what I think is the price is not actually the price. They do that here in Japan. You might have it in America, Mint, the Go Taxi. They might be okay with America and just say fuck you to the UK folks. America has a lot of apps that we don't have. They have a lot of movies and TV shows on your Apple store that we don't have as well. So it might be that. They're making money out of doing that. I think they are, Emma, because even when I look at their receipts, they're tax things all over the fucking place. Which is why I had to pay. I ended up paying for there's a really, really good company here called Moneytree that you can log into your bank account and you can keep track of all the payments. Because I used to do it myself, like manually. I used to manually check all my expenses and costs so that I had everything locked down to my account. I knew what was going where. But because of Uber, it got so fucking frustratingly confusing because I couldn't see, well, hang on a minute, was this a payment or was this the payment? Which one's the one that was an expense for work? Okay, so where's the tax on that? It got so confusing that I was like, all right, I need to have this update automatically. Otherwise, I think I've got this much money in my account and I don't, I have this much. It got really fucking confusing. That's anti-competition price and that's illegal in the UK. Well, you know, I'm not in the UK, am I, Itchy? Fuck that noise. I know, Turtle, I know. I mean, technically, it'd be better just to walk out on the street and holler a taxi, but, you know. Sometimes it's nice to not have to talk to the taxi driver. And also, if you do get an Uber, because sometimes you'll order the normal taxi, but an Uber will come instead. And their cars are very nice. Especially in summer. They've got lovely aircon. Lovely big sofa seats. Especially when you're going to the airport. It's perfect. You get the doors to open themselves. Well, every taxi has that here. Complain to Uber on Twitter. I don't think it would make a difference, mate. I don't think I would ever be able to make enough noise for that to be something they look into. Call me posh sometimes too, mate. Like if I'm lugging around all this fucking heavy gear, my clients pay for it and they're happy with that, so that's cool. But yeah, if I'm lugging around like 20 kilos of fucking weight, I'm getting a taxi. I'm not getting a fucking train in rush hour. Because A, I can't get on the fucking train, and B, I'm going to get a hernia. I noticed when Uber Eats gives you a discount, they increase the delivery fee and service costs. Yes. Same with no delivery fee, it just gets moved into the... Yes, exactly, Sobering. See, people know. People know. Did you pack sunglasses? Not yet. I was going to wear them, I think, maybe. Sunblock is necessary. I have it. I've got my sun hat. I've got my sun sleeves. It's all good. Thank you for reminding me. With international apps, it's a pain to comply with all the different regulations, so a lot of companies just don't support it. Yeah. Safari hat. What's wrong? Why are you laughing at it? Bruh. It came in clutch. I got no sunburn. I had a great time. RV3. I'm just sad I can't bring the sack. They airport surcharge the fuck out of you, really? I didn't know that too. Probably do that here too. The thing is, most airports are really far away, so if you ask a taxi driver here, like, take me to the airport, they're more likely to say no. Which is strange, because it's not like going to the airport, they won't get a client to come back. And yet some taxi drivers are like, no, they'd rather just stay in the area they're in. But yeah, there are people that do that, by the way. I had a shoot with Junk Food Japan a few months ago where I asked a taxi driver to take me to a certain part of town, and he just flat out refused. I was like, what? Because it was on the other side of town, and he obviously wanted to stay where we were at that moment in time, because you probably could get more customers going back and forth around here. But yeah, you get people like that here sometimes. What do you mean I'm going to look like I have MJ's skin sensitivity? What does that mean, Perry? What? You live 30 minutes from an airport by bus. Even then, how busy does that bus get? Yeah, shopping area would be good. That would make sense. 5 minutes away. I mean, yeah, if it's 5 minutes away, I suppose it's not so bad. Yeah, Airbnb's going through an interesting time here as well, Trax. I hear it's going through some motions where they have to really declare stuff. Because it's cutting into hotels now. So people, rather than going to hotels, they go to Airbnbs. Forgetting that with a hotel, you get breakfast, you get your bed made if you're there for more than one day. It can be quite nice, but a lot of people just prefer Airbnb because it's like you're living in an apartment. If you like to cook for yourself, it's really handy. But if you're in Japan, usually you don't cook for yourself. You come here and enjoy the restaurants because it's not that much more expensive. If you're visiting, I would say treat yourself. I don't want that, Captain, but thank you. Have a good time. Airbnbs are so trash compared to hotels. Depends. Some of them can be good, man. I would rather go to Airbnb, home in it. Some of them are good. Depends on the owner. Some of the owners can be absolute assholes. You've only stayed in Airbnbs on your 2 trips to Japan. What the fuck? Is that true? They've banned hosting Airbnb due to lots of drunk British tourists. Is that during football season? Airbnbs piss off hotels in addition to home buyers. I think it's just that whole, what's the words? Like, not conflict of interest, but like it's the competition, right? They got to be making sure that the hotels don't get fucked over by people making Airbnbs. And you've also got some people who are very cheeky, where they go into a rented contract with a homeowner, but they're not actually living there. They then rent that place out as an Airbnb instead of living there. It's like me making this place an Airbnb and then moving somewhere else so I can make money from someone else's property. Some people were doing that, and that's bad. Depending on where you're going, they can be cheaper. Yeah, they can be cheaper, yeah. Sublet kind of thing, yeah, without telling the landlord. I'd rather pay less for a hotel so I can use the rest of that money on fun money. True. Yeah, exactly. You'll be spending more time out than you might as well stay in a capsule hotel than Mint, eh? You'll be fine. Job done. Budapest, Hungary, and they banned it in the 7th district because too many tourists came to get drunk. Oh, really? A lot of owners charge a high cleaning fee. A lot of them also like accuse you of not doing something when they didn't say you needed it done. We had something we shot somewhere here in Japan though. It wasn't an Airbnb, it was a studio space. We filmed a Champs Japanese kitchen competition at a certain place. And they tried to charge us extra because a socket wasn't put back in the right place. But luckily, our team, and this is what you should always do when you go into an Airbnb or a studio space that you're hiring for a job, you take photos of everywhere first. So luckily, we took photos of everywhere to prove that that was like that before we were there. So they had no leeway with that. They had to let it go. But yeah, you need to make sure that you like take a fucking video or something walking through the entire fucking place. Not only so that you can put it back to the way it was, but also in case they do try and pull that kind of shit on you, you can say, actually, I think you'll find that hole was in the wall before I got here. You know? This is the one reason I prefer a hotel. Yeah, it's a good reason to have a hotel in that sense. And that's the problem, because you're then dealing with like dealing with a hotel is different. If you're dealing with an Airbnb person, they can be a bit cheeky because they don't have a higher up person that they have to deal with, right? Whereas with hotel, it's staff, it's management. Sound like massive arseholes. Well, I'm not accusing I'm not trying to deter people from using Airbnb. It's been very good. We've used it a lot on a lot of the jobs that we've done. I'm just saying that be careful. Always look at the reviews and make sure that you're booking somewhere that's good with a good owner. The reviews are normally legit, so. It's the same when buying Amazon products. Always look where the product's coming from. A lot of people don't realize because Amazon don't mention it, but on the Amazon site you'll see, oh, it's this price, but then you don't look underneath and it's the seller is not Amazon, it's someone else. And you click on them and it will show 5 stars, but then when you look in the reviews, you'll see that there are 1 stars that have been crossed out because Amazon has like fulfilled the upset customer's request, but they still had a bunch of 1 stars from angry customers. So be careful whenever you order from places like Amazon, same as Airbnb, always look at the reviews. You never have a true problem with Airbnb. Yeah, see? I think you don't have a problem as long as you do it that way. Oh, and with that said, chat, it's 9 o'clock on the dot. So I was going to leave at 9, so thank you for hanging out with me for this cheeky little extra stream. I'll be back. Probably the earliest I can be back is Friday, I think. If not, it'll be the weekend, but probably Friday. So yeah, lots of work to be done. I'll try and make a vlog if I can. Obviously, Mother Ballard's coming over as well, so I'll be spending some time with her. And I'll be seeing you guys soon. Take care. Have a good weekend. Have a great week. Thank you all so much for the love, support, and the time. I'll see you all again soon. Ciao for now, guys. Bye, bye, bye.